Hey guys, Captain here. Today I'm bringing you another one of my LEGO videos. It's how to build a LEGO Fall Guy from the new popular computer and PS4 game. I've been having some fun playing it. I got inspired by some of the characters and decided to build a simple one. This doesn't have a costume, but it's got a little bit of red and yellow mixing in the colors. And I think it turned out pretty nicely. So, without further ado, let's get started on the instructions. The Fall Guy build has a lot of very similar components, so we can repeat steps for a lot of this building. And those of you who looked closely might have noticed certain familiarity in design with several other things I've built. Sometimes I feel like a little bit of one-trick pony by just kind of borrowing the technique for the Lowell sphere and using it for a lot of stuff, but as it turns out it's really versatile. So anyways, let's get started. First, let's start with, this will be the top of the head. So what you'll do is you will take 4 corner plates, and I'm not going to be very specific about colors when I talk about this, because I encourage you guys to experiment and use your own color schemes if you decide to build along at home. Take 4 corner plates, kind of make a cross shape, and then connect them on top with a 2x2 plate. And then below the corner plates on the 2 sides, let's call them top and bottom, place 1x4 plates beneath, and then off the other sides place jumper plates underneath. We're going to make something similar in a moment. We're basically going to make half of this shape, and we're going to do this next step 4 times. So we're going to take 2 corner plates and hold them together to form half across, bottom half across. Below that, place a 1x4 plate, and then off the sides again place some jumper plates. We're not going to connect the top with a 1x2. I originally was going to do this, but it made the Fall Guy look a little bit too large and round. I think if you scaled up the build, maybe it would look a little better. But based on how I was thinking of designing the face, I decided it would be better to have this be a little looser. There's a slight cost of structural integrity this way, but for the most part, I think it's all right. And so you'll want to build that 4 times. The next thing we'll do, this is going to be for the rest of the side paneling, because actually the sides will look like this. You'll take a 4x4 plate and off the sides stick some jumper plates underneath, and you'll do this twice. I did this without some colorful symmetry, but you can choose to go for symmetry in the fronts if you like. So if you want to do this, if you want to have a little bit of symmetry and you're doing like a striped pattern like me, then make this twice and have it be mirrored, right? Because when these are off the sides, it's going to be looking like this. So as you can see, these don't line up. If you were to mirror this, right, you'd have yellow, yellow, red, red, yellow, yellow, so forth. So okay, build that twice. And then for the back panel, this one's going to be simple and very stable. Take a 4x8 plate. In the middle on top, stick a 4x4 plate, and then place some corner plates above and below. And that's all you need for this part of the build. Alright, let's set these components aside and proceed with the interior. Alright, next let's start with the front panel. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 corner plates like this, as though to make half of a square, and hold them together with a 1x2 plate. Then, leaving 1 stud uncovered, have some 1x3 plates hanging off that. Below those, place 1x6 plates. And then connect these with a 2x4 plate. And now place 2 more corner plates as though to make half across, and below that a 2x3 plate. My mistake. Now when I was first filming this, I actually said to have the 2x3 plate hang off the end, but in fact you want to have it line up so it's as though you have a 4x8 plate for this face. This will be important later. Get this shape for the front panel. For the face, what we're going to do is start with a 1x3 plate in white. On both ends, place 1x1 plates in white, and then a 1x1 plate in black in the middle. On top of that, place a 1x4 plate in white. It'll hang off a bit. On the top side, place a 1x1 in white, then another 1x1 in black, so it's even with the other black 1x1, and then a 1x2 in white, and then hold that all together with a 1x4 tile in white, and stick that onto a sideways headlight piece. preferably also in white, but doesn't matter so much. Then stick this in the back side of our front panel, and this will be the face of our fall guy. Okay, next what we're going to do is create the bottom, stack two 4x4 plates on top of each other, and then for the legs and feet, take two 1x2 plates stacked on top of each other, and on top of that place a 1x1 round plate. You could just as well use a regular 1x1 plate, but I went with a round plate. And then stick those into the holes on the underside of this 4x4. Whether or not you choose to use the center holes or the back holes is kind of up to you. I find that it doesn't matter so much, and I also kind of find myself switching back and forth. For the balance and stability of the build, it won't be super important. Okay, now on top of this, place 4 Travis bricks, one on each of the corners. And now what we're going to do is, this is something that happened because I kind of changed how bulky I wanted the build to be. We're going to need to be a little fancier to make things actually hold in place. You'll take a Travis brick, stick some kind of placeholder that's 1 plate tall on top. I just chose 2 round plates. Doesn't really matter. I just have an abundance of these. And then another Travis brick on top. Make that twice. And then very similarly, take a brick that has studs on 2 adjacent sides. Right? Notice these back sides here are plain, but 2 adjacent sides. And then again, 2 round plates or some kind of filler plate on top of that, and a Travis brick on top of that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take this, we're going to stick it behind our face panel for the fall guy. Right, that's why we couldn't have more Travis bricks here, because otherwise it would intersect with this plate, and how far back this goes makes it so it doesn't work out for this to be a Travis brick, and this is a tile, so it doesn't work out here either. Right. And that'll eventually go on the front here. We're not going to connect it quite yet. We're going to set these components aside for now, and then we're almost ready to go. First, real quick, we're going to build the arms, and then we're going to put all of our components together. So you'll make this twice, mirrored. What you'll do is you'll start with a 2x4 plate, place a briefcase piece or some kind of similar piece on one end, then a corner plate below here, and notice we're doing this mirrored, right? So one of these corners goes like this, the other one goes the other way, and then fill in the rest with tooth plates, one going off from the side to complete that corner, and the other 2 hanging off the bottom. And then we're just going to attach this with one claw tile, kind of have it go off the side, don't really center it. And okay, we've got our arms. So now let's take all the components we have and put them all together. On the bottom, let's place these kind of half circle pieces. Set that aside for a moment. Let's take our back plate and place these double Travis bricks here to be attached well. On top, let's place this top circle plate. Let's attach it in with the front face, connecting it together like this. And then let's take these little top halves, stick them on this way. So now you'll try and slide this on a little bit over this way, separating your pieces just a bit, and then pressing back in from the interior. Get some good pressure in there to make sure this is nice and stable. Give everything a good press for stability. It should hold together well. Okay, everything feels pretty tight. Now, stick on our side panels. These are really only attached to the top Travis bricks. Gotta rotate my feet. And then finally, stick the arms onto the sides. And the reason, and stick them just below these corners. The reason I only used one tile is so you can swing the arms around for that funny classical looking movement that the Fall Guys have. So, okay. With that, our build is complete. And I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like the video, share with your friends, leave me a comment, check out my other ones, and I will see you guys next time.